Welcome to Trafalgar Square. We're here for Amnesty's Arab Spring demonstration. We're joined by Dina Makram-Ebeid from Drop Egypt's Debt. So what is it you're campaigning for?
I'm campaigning for people to support what's going on in Egypt today. Students and workers have started a general strike today, mainly to call on SCAF, the Supreme Council of Armed Forces, to leave power now and hand power to civilians. I'm calling on people here, especially, to pressure their governments to stop supporting SCAF and to honor people's calls for wanting to live under a civilian rule. I'm campaigning for Vince Cable to actually allow the debts to be audited and to tell the Egyptian people what these debts are made of. So far, he's been actually saying, we know the total number, but the loan contracts are not available, which is very ironic, really. So I'm also asking people here to support us and calling the government to audit the debt and to drop the debts that are odious and were made by a dictator.
The debt owed by Egypt to people like Britain and the West.
Yes, exactly. And some of it is odious, or odious is basically when you give a debt to a dictator or loans to a dictator and the people don't have a say in this. So by actually legal definitions, there are claims to drop these debts. We want to know if the arms we're being shot at with, we are actually paying for them. Are these part of the expert guarantees we're paying for? And the last thing I also want this government to do is to stop harboring ministers who are sentenced in Egypt, are taking refuge here. So really three things, stop supporting SCAF, ask it to step out now, audit the debt if need be, cancel some of it, and stop harboring ministers.
What do you think the chances are of SCAF actually stepping down and allowing civilian rule?
I think what we have seen, honestly, in the past year is very encouraging. Sometimes we all lost hope that they will ever step down, but the amount of violence they have used, they've committed 5 massacres, at least 300 dead and thousands upon thousands injured, which makes people on the street enraged, really enraged. And it's no more a question of whether we can support them. It's every day they stay, there are more people dying. We've lost one person, at least one person every month during the last year. So it's no more, a question of we like them or we don't. It's the more they stay, the more we die. And so I think there are good reasons to expect that they will have to,
And if they do step down, you could end up with an Islamic state or more religious state, which is what a lot of campaigners don't want. So could you end up being worse off by SCAF standing down?
I don't think this idea of having a religious state, I think we've proven so far that this is not happening. And even if you have a majority Islamist parliament, the street has been so vocal. It's been unbelievable. And I think this time of a power ruling without any consent is long gone, really. And to see something like on the 25th of January, after Parliament was sworn in, yet we had the biggest number of demonstrators in the streets, even bigger than the 18 days during Mubarak's the uprising against Mubarak. So there is something to say, today about this too much fear out of the Islamists is not really justified, because there is a very vocal street that is against every single power, including the Islamists, and they've come out strongly against them.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Dina.
Thank you.
This is Glenn McMahon for Vision on TV here in Trafalgar Square.